everyone, in this video I'm showing you how to make basic pattern for a loose fitted top without dart. This pattern is very useful when you want to make a garment which is loose and you don't want to keep darts in your pattern. I have used two different methods to create such pattern, and the one you are seeing in the video is based on the method called Muller. You can see front and back. The second method I have used for creating this pattern is metric method. I'm going to show you that pattern and let you know why I prefer this one. This is the pattern I have made based on metric method. As you see in the image, the balance is not very good. The front panel is curvy, and if you look at it from side view, front panel is hiking up and it's not at same level on the back. So overall I think the first method was better, and I'm going to show you how to make this pattern based on Muller method. The first step for making pattern is to get some measurements from our body form. I'm going to use Clo default avatars by going to the Clo library here, choosing avatar, female, and I'm going to choose Yuna. The avatar will appear in my 3D window. By looking at it, I see that it's small, so I'm going to change the size by going to the size folder. And from experience, I know that ASTM Missy Straight size 10 is closer to my measurement. If you wanna choose an avatar close to your measurement, you can look at it from the avatar editor tab. You go to this tab and choose the avatar editor. You can see the basic measurements here, and usually when I wanna choose an avatar closest to my body measurement, I look at the height and bust, waist and low hip measurement and choose the one which is closest to my body. So now that I have my avatar, I can get my measurement. You see these lines are appearing in my avatar. It's because my show avatar measurement is on. If you don't see this line, just go to this icon and choose show avatar measurements. Now if you click on these lines by edit measure tool, this icon, you can see the measurement. So I'm going to go through these measurements one by one and show you how to measure it and put it in your chart. The first measurement we need is bust measurement. So it is marked on Clo 37.25. I write it down here. And wherever I need the half measurement or quarter measurement, I have calculated in my chart. You can take a snapshot of this chart as well and calculate it for yourself. Next measurement is waist. I click on it and it shows 30.5. Next measurement is hip. As you see, it's 39.5. The arm length, you can click on it on this line and it show you 22.95, almost 23. The hip height is not marked on clothes separately. You can measure it with basic measurement tool. You find the tool here, you just click and hold on it to see these all options, then choose the basic tape measure. Then left click on the center back neck point, and while you're going down, it's good to put some point in the middle of the way because it prevents your measuring tape from going inside the avatar. So, and then double click on the last point. So I get the 24.3. which I write it down in my chart. The next measurement we need is back waist height. This measurement is marked in close, so if you click on it with the edit measure tool, you can get the 16.12 and write it down in your chart. Next measurement is front waist height from HSP. HSP is the high shoulder point, and it is where your neck meets the shoulder. This point is measured a little bit too forward in claw. I wanna go back by 5/8 to 3/4 from this point and mark my HSP first before measuring the front waist height. I'm going to do it by surface tape measure. From this point I go like close to 0.7 and then click on the armhole line and double click. This line is now my shoulder line, and this point is my HSP. For measuring waist height, I'm using the basic tape measure. I click on this point first, and as I'm going down, I left click on these points so that my tape doesn't go inside the avatar. I don't want that to happen. And I stop on waistline so that this line I have straight from HSP to my waistline. I get a 18.16, which is close to what I had measured before, so 18.2 is fine as well. Next measurement is bust height from HSP. Again, I do it from this point, and as I'm going down, I click and I stop at bust point. I get 11.2, which is close to what I had before, 11.3. Oh, that's okay too. Next, I move forward to my calculations. The first one is armhole length. The formula I have used is 1/10 of bust, which is bust measurement divided by 10 plus 4.13 plus the ease. The amount of ease I have used is 1.18 because it's a very loose fitted garment and we need lots of ease. The reason I'm using formula is that for the armhole length you need some kind of ease, and you cannot just measure it by tape from here to here. The garment will be very tight, and it's better to use the formula. Back neck width is another measurement you need formula, because if you do it on avatar with 3D, you won't get a 2D measurement. It is a curved measurement, and when you wanna draw a 2D pattern, you need the straight measurement. The formula is bust measurement divided by 20 plus 0.79. Here I have calculated the final measurement. The last calculations are about chest measurement, across front, across back, and armhole width. All are in this line you see. The amount of ease we have for loose fitted garment is 2.75, which is applied for the half garment. And I'm going to divide it by 2 first and give half of it, 1.38, to the armhole width, this part. And the rest I'm going to again divide it by 2, but give slightly more to the front and slightly less to the back, so that the sum of these two amount is equal to 1.38. So the formula for armhole width is bust divided by 8 minus 0.59 plus the ease. Across back is bust divided by 8 plus 2.17 plus ease, and across front is quarter of the bust minus 1.57 plus is. You can take a snapshot of this chart and do your calculations later. Now we can start by drawing some guidelines for making our pattern. We can start by drawing a rectangle with the rectangle tool. You can find it here. Left click on the window, and for the height I want to give the garment length, which is 24.338, and the width I want to give half of the bust measurement plus 3 inches. So half of the bust is 18.63. I want to give 21.63. Not sure if this length, yes, is right. Next I want to draw my armhole line and my waistline. I click with the edit pattern tool or Z on upper line, right click and offset as internal line, and I give the armhole length measurement, which I have calculated to be 9. So this is my armhole length. Next I'm going to give my waistline, and I will see that I had it 16.12. I right click on this line, offset as internal line, and I give the 16.12. This is my waistline. Now on the hip line I want to split by 7/8 or 8.5 or 8.875 of an inch, and I will add this point or connect it with the internal polygon tool or G. I connect these points together and I click on this line and actually this line, sorry. I wanna add a point to the intersection because I wanna measure my across back, across front and armhole width from this point. So I click this line and right click and split. I start with my back, across back 7.33. So this yellow line shows the measurement you want. And next I wanna measure 2/3 of my armhole. So my armhole is 5.45 multiplied by 2 and divided by 3, 3.6. 3.63. So this is 2/3 of my armhole, and then I mark the rest of my armhole, which is 1/3 of my armhole. I split one like one. Okay, and next is my across front measurement, which is 8.62. Now I want to draw perpendicular lines from these points from top to bottom. There's an easy way to do that. You just right click with edit pattern tool on the point and choose the add perpendicular internal line local. and here I want it only at top part, so I press OK. Here I want it at the bottom side, so when I choose local, I reverse the direction and press OK. Here again I want it at the top. OK. And this point I can just bring my pattern line to this point because I don't need this extra amount. Just bring it here. Yeah. Okay. And to pattern outline. Okay, so now that I have my frame, I can start adding some lines. For the back neck width, I mark it on my upper line. The amount is 2.65. So I split this line at 2.65. And I go up by 3/4 of an inch. Do that with internal polygon tool. And connect this to this point. Later I can create the curve. This line I split it at 1/2 inch. Then I connect these 2 points together. Then I click on this point, choose the internal line I want, and while I'm holding and dragging, right click, and the distance I want to extend is 1.5 inch. So this is my back shoulder line. Now I want to divide this line to half. I right click on it with edit pattern tool and split, and choose the uniform split. If I choose the uniform split, it gives me equal parts. And again, this part I want to split again to equal parts. And from this point I want to extend 2 lines so that when I'm drawing my armhole, I have those guidelines. So for this upper point, with edit pattern tool, I click and choose this, and I want 0.6 and on the reverse direction, of course. And from this point I want to have a 3/4 like this. So now I can draw my back curves with the V or edit curvature point, which has V as shortcut. I click on this point and bring it a little bit low to create my back shoulder point, back neckline, sorry. And again I go back to my polygon tool, click on the first point, hold Control and click and drag on this point. And now with the edit curvature tool, you can fix your armhole shape. Now I want to mark my front armhole on this line, and for that I want to measure from this point to this point, because this is my back armhole length. So I click on these lines. This is an extra point which I need to remove. Okay, holding shift I select these lines. It gives me the number 8.5, so I can mark either 8.5 or add 0 to quarter of an inch. I select this line, split at 8.75. Okay, in this method we need to draw a circle with the internal ellipsis tool with this point as center and the radius of 8.75, the same amount we marked. And we need to draw a line from this point to meet the circle circumference so that its length is equal to back shoulder line minus 0.2. So I measure my back shoulder first, 6.65. So this amount minus 0.2 is 6.45. From here I need to meet this measurement, 6.45. And double click. Next I want to mark my pitch point of the sleeve. Firstly I delete the circle because I don't need it anymore. The pitch point is quarter of our armhole width, so that we can calculate here from our measurement 5.45 divided by quarter, 1.36. Split it. So this point is important for us when we are making the sleeve. We should put a notch here on our pattern and in our sleeve. Now we can draw the front armhole, making sure we are passing this point, and here. I do it again, sorry. Okay, now that I have drawn this, I can edit it with edit curvature tool, like so, and make sure these lines have the 90 angle degree. You can see the angles by going to this toolbar. I think the reason it doesn't show because these 2 points are not joined. You need to hold shift, click on them and join overlapping points. Now we can see the angle. Another tool you can use is a smooth curvature tool for changing your curves. The way you use it is to click on the first point and the last point, then click on the blue line and bring it towards where you want, and then press enter. Okay, I think now our armhole is not too bad. Okay. Now for the waistline, we need to go inside by 3/8 from these 2 points and draw our lines. So for that, first click on this line, right click and add point to intersection, then split the line by 3/8 on each side. For the hip line, you need to draw a right angle line from this point. So I click on this point and choose this option on the reverse direction and press OK. And again right click and add point to the intersection so that you are able to delete this part. First divide the internal line and then you can delete it. So now I can draw my side seam on the back by internal polygon tool from here and from here. This line is okay, but I can give a curvature to my side seam from waist to hip by V or edit curvature tool. Just a little bit. Okay. For the front, you need to come down from this point by 3/8 and join it to this line, and then with the edit curvature tool create a little bit of a curve so that you have a 90-degree angle here, and you can join these lines together, and just like front waist to hip line, you can curve this line a little bit as well. Okay, so our guidelines and framework for the pattern is done. In next video I show you how to trace this out and also draw the sleeves.